Well, there kind of consensus that the range should not change so much. There have been a lot of effort from our side over the last years, and I slightly disagree with the fact that there is no transparency. Everybody knows that there's some kind of 15 to 20% effort from our side. First informed other tenants, so I think it's clear. I see more change on the cap rate side. And so if I have to bet on something for the next 12 or 18 months, that would be some kind of no change on the rent side and a slight cap compression, or maybe quick. It really depends on investors' appetite on the cap rate side.
Yeah, I think there is two type of answer to your questions. There is first segmentation in terms of what type of product, and also what type of product in terms of core, added value, opportunistic, you mentioned earlier, Stephanie. I mean, first, in terms of the type of, are you looking for core, added value, or whatever? I remember in your study, it is core is decreasing, value added is increasing, opportunistic is decreasing. Hopefully it is the appetite, because actually in the figures, we are not feeling exactly the same result. Actually, the core result, the core share of the market, the result is more or less the same. And the value added is not at all, has decreased this year. The value added has decreased for several reasons. It is true that a number of investors would like to create values, for sure. This is something very plain. But there is two elements. First, a number of investors wanted to buy some core, they couldn't, so they buy core plus. This is the first thing. So core plus increased tremendously. And on the value-added segmentation, you have some owners who cannot yet take the loss, if any. True? No. And because of the pressure for buying, some added value players are not anymore buying like added value investors, but more like core plus investors. So there is a sort of mixture where for the year 2014, people, let's say, managed to adapt the investment strategy, being at the fringe of the margin of the core plus and added value. And from an opportunistic point of view, we believe at CBRE, it's a result of what we are feeling and experiencing on a day-to-day basis, that the opportunistic is not anymore there yet. Why? It's because, like I was saying previously, the investors, when we take our hat for buying, we are not anymore ready for putting our money somewhere we don't, let's say, forecast what's going on from a letting point of view, from a technical point of view, from an environmental point of view. There is not the bank for paying the purchase. So, okay? Now, the second part of the answer, I'm going to be very quick. Retail is going to represent something like 25–30% of the total investment volume in France, which will be around 5 to 6 billion euro. Normally it's 3.5 billion euro. End of September, we were already 3.6 billion. So we must bear in mind that if we withdraw the Klépierre portfolio, 1.4 billion, if we withdraw the World of Unibail, 850 million shopping centers, if we withdraw Beaugrenelle, if we withdraw the high street retail shops for the Razonamento portfolio, and so on, the level of investment on retail, when you want to buy retail and you are not interested in a, let's say, regional shopping center, you have nothing or pretty poor investment opportunity on your desk. So there is still pressure for buying on retail, but it will be less than this next year compared to this year. And we anticipate that the office element will take more ratio and be back to more 75–80%, let's say 70–75% ratio compared to the 60–65% ratio today. And logistic will be more or less the same, which is always around 10%.